Sometimes when you apply for a business loan and you can't get it, you got to ask yourself, what kind of credit bureau are they pulling? Because, if they're pulling a credit bureau where you're not really good at, like let's say you don't have a good profile, they're just wasting your time. You're wasting your time too. So in today's conversation, I want to focus on Equifax. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the hacks, what you need to implement right now if you want to get a loan, a business loan that pulls Equifax for fast approval, a high limit with fair or bad credit. So this is kind of the foundation of today's analysis. Let me give you the overview here. So when we talk about business loans that pull Equifax for fast approval, you need to understand you have a constellation of business loans. Like, I'm not just talking about bank loans and credit union loans, business loans, of course, but I'm speaking about business lines of credit. I'm speaking about equipment loans. I'm speaking about invoice financing or accounts receivable financing. I'm really talking about MCAs, merchant cash advances. So the bottom line here is that when we talk about business loan pulling Equifax, we got to really get in a situation where we agree that there is a variety of business loans. Okay, so all those loans that I just speak to you about, equipment loans, business lines of credit, SBA loans, MCAs, invoice factoring, accounts receivable financing, they pull all kinds of business credit bureaus, okay? And also pull personal credit bureaus also. So, but in today's conversation, we're just focusing on Equifax. So you want to listen to this show if you think that your Equifax credit score is kind of high, your TransUnion is a little low, and your experience is also a little low. So if you're doing good right now with Equifax, you want to listen on. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. I'm going to quickly walk you through the steps you need to follow if you really want to make sure that you get the loan real quick. Now, if you want to get a business loan that pulls Equifax for a fast amount, you need to figure out first and foremost how much money you need. Everything starts from you sitting down and say, you know what, I think I need 10 grand or I need 25 grand. But you can't just make up numbers, right? You got to sit down, having an Excel spreadsheet, putting down all the elements that you are going to use the money on, and ask yourself, do I need the money on a one-time basis or like on a revolving basis? So in other words, do you need an installment loan or you need a business line of credit? You got to ask yourself those questions. Okay, this is really important because this is going to help you actually figure out exactly what kind of lender you need to approach. Boss, let me quickly remind you of today's topic. Again, I'm talking to you about business loans that pull Equifax for fast approval. Okay, how do you actually run the whole thing so you have a clear idea where to go from here? Okay, and this is really important. So number one, I want you to figure out how much money you need. The second thing I want you to do here is to actually decide what type of loan best fits your needs. And I was just talking to you earlier about the constellation of loans, and this is something that a lot of business owners make a mistake about. So they always think, I want a loan and I just want to have an installment loan, but you have a variety of loans. The thing is that, going back to what I asked you earlier, everything goes back to the urgency of the funds. Do you need the money like right now? Like, do you need the cash just to make payroll or to cover some kind of inventory, or is the IRS sort of chasing your ass because they said you didn't pay your employment taxes last quarter or whatever? Like, you got to ask yourself, what kind of loan am I asking for? Like, what is my situation? Okay. So this will help you to decide what type of loan you need. And again, all loans that once you figure out the loan that you need to think about the lender who actually pulls Equifax, because not all lenders pull Equifax, but everything starts from the type of loan. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to replace a piece of machinery in your factory or in your business, or you want to buy a new business van, right? You don't need to have a regular business loan. You better have like an equipment loan. So what's going to happen here is that you are going to direct your sites onto a lender that does equipment financing. That way, of course, you want to make sure the lender pulls Equifax. If you have any question, just let us know. We'll let you know based on the lender what kind of credit bureau that they pull. Okay. So you got to be really clear, and because the thing is that you have better chances of qualifying for an equipment loan if, in the example I said before, you're trying to buy a business van or a business vehicle, right? So very important always to make sure that the goal that you are trying to pursue is in sync with the type of loan that you have. And sometimes It's also better because you save money. Because see, when you have equipment financing, the interest rate you're paying on that loan is kind of lower than the interest you would pay on a regular business loan. Why? Because equipment financing in general is a collateralized type of business financing, because the lender knows that something that were to happen, they could actually repo the vehicle. But if you were just asking for a regular unsecured business loan, the APR will be higher because it is unsecured. But an equipment financing loan, an equipment loan, is by definition a collateralized loan. The next thing I want you to really think about here, boss, is that if you want to have a business loan that pulls Equifax for fast approval and large amounts, we're not talking about small ass amounts here. We're speaking about 4 digits, 5 digits, in some cases 6 digits. Yeah, it is possible. People are actually borrowing $100,000, $250,000, here. So it's all about how you actually strategize the whole thing. So you need to check your credit score. Now, when we talk about checking your credit score, I want you to focus first on Equifax. So I want you to really go to annualcreditreport.com and really just kind of download or just see whatever is available on your Equifax. This is important, so you have a clear idea what the lender is looking at. Because see, you want to be on the same page. You want to be on the same page as the lender. What are they looking at? Is it the same thing you're looking at? And you got to do this way before you apply, so that by the time they actually start looking at your Equifax credit report, you would have fixed whatever issues that there could have been on the report, right? Maybe people lying about, like people stealing your identity, or you have collections that have been lingering for many years. You even forgot about it, or when you were like younger, somebody actually used your good name to sort of do something like that's really bad and crappy for your credit score. So you have the time to actually fix those things before you have third parties looking at your credit report. Okay. The thing is, so you do it for Equifax. Now, if you have time, if you have money, you can also do it for TransUnion and Experian. But your focus now should be on Equifax, because the business loan is going to pull Equifax. So, just go with Equifax first. And you want to put together the required documents. This is important because, see, the thing is that you have different lenders who have different requirements in terms of what they want to see: tax returns, business tax returns, business financials, business plan, whatever. But you have to start putting, at least, no matter the lender you talk to, you're going to have a foundation of paperwork they're going to ask you. Like all lenders, no matter what, all lenders, no matter where they are, whether they are in Alaska or New York, whether they are in Hawaii or Georgia, they will ask you for things like your business financial statements, your business plan. They will ask you for your business licenses and permits. They will ask you for your business contact information. They will ask you for your business tax return. So again, you want to start putting all those documents together so that no matter what lender you actually land up talking to, you're already prepared. What I wanted you to do also is to evaluate the value of evaluate the value. That's tautology here. You want to assess the value of your collateral. Okay, you want to see, you want to estimate it. Maybe you can reach out to an appraiser to kind of help you, right? So if you want to collateralize the loan, again, I'm talking to you about, we're having a conversation about business loans that pull Equifax for fast approval. How do you get approved real fast for a large amount, of course? Okay, business loans that pull Equifax only. So you want to evaluate your collateral, okay? And if you have vehicles, machinery, real estate inventory, or accounts receivable, make sure that you can actually put a proper value on it, okay? It's important to know that you can also get an unsecured business loan that pulls Equifax. In other words, they're not asking you for collateral, but again, you're just trying to really secure both options, collateral and non-collateral. Now, if you don't have a collateral, then you can only focus on an unsecured business line of credit. And what you want to do here is you want to shop around for the best business loan terms, again, from lenders who pull Equifax. And it's really important to understand that when we talk about, let's say, shopping for the best business loans, you always want to start local. We see a lot of folks, like, it was kind of funny. Yesterday, I was at a happy hour and somebody was just telling me, yeah, I live in Delaware, but I'm just like, looking for a lender in California or something like this, or Washington State. And I was like, why are you going so far? I mean, this kind of crazy. Why don't you just go local? Your business is located in Delaware. And I was like, do you have a real business or you have like a shell business? Like you're just using Delaware for your business address? He said, no, I have a business address. I'm like, wait, I have a real address, and I'm for real. I said, okay, so why don't you just start in Delaware? You have a lot of banks in Delaware. They'll take care of you. Okay. So you want to start local first, and then you can, if you don't find anybody who want to actually lend to you locally, then you can actually go online or go national. Okay. And you want to shop around for the best business loan term, and you also want to apply for the loan once you find a lender who is amenable to you. Okay. You really have to move real fast. And I would say our preference is to apply at a branch. In other words, find a lender, a bank or credit union, and apply at a branch. Here's the approach I really want you to pay attention to. Now, when is a good time? When is it a good time to take out a business loan that pulls Equifax or Experian or TransUnion? The thing is, let me just answer this question by doing a reverse analysis here. So when is it a good time? And the question is, when is it a bad time to take out a business loan? Now, if you are having, let's say your budget is like you're kind of struggling right now, right? You're struggling to actually grow. You're struggling to maintain operations. You're struggling to make payroll. You're struggling to pay for inventory. You're struggling to do about anything that will help you out. Then it is time to look for a business loan, right? Because the business loan can really help you on a lot of things. For example, it can help you buy assets that will add long-term value to your business or help increase your revenue. Paying cash for equipment, machinery, or real estate ties up funding you need to run your business. As long as the purchases are good investment, using a business loan to buy them makes perfect sense. Okay, because the ROI over the long run for those investments will be higher than the interest you paid on the loan. Okay, you can use a business loan that actually pulls Equifax or TransUnion or Experian for that matter. You can use it to expand your business. So you can, basically, because if you use a loan, this can really help finance expansion without draining working capital from the business. You can use it also to better manage your cash flow. Okay, so if you have customers who take, let's say, 60, 90, or even 120 days to pay you, or you are in a seasonal industry with predictable slumps, a business line of credit or invoice financing can help you meet your working capital needs. Also, the loan can also help you build your business credit score, your paydex score, your Experian Intelli score. Okay. And so getting a business line of credit and using it responsibly can help a new business build a business credit history. Just make sure the lender reports your payment to the major business credit bureaus. Okay, I'm speaking about Experian here, Equifax, and Dun & Bradstreet. Now there are some moments, there are some episodes in your business career, then you might need to actually sit out taking a business loan. You might actually say, you know what, my ass is out of here. I see the opportunities, I see the challenges, and I've done all the balancing out, and I just realized, it ain't for me at this point. Now, taking out a business loan isn't always a great idea, so you should avoid taking out a business loan in the following situations. It doesn't matter whether they pull Equifax or they pull Experian or they pull TransUnion. The thing is, when you have maxed out your current lines of credit, so using all or most of your available credit raises your credit utilization ratio, potentially negatively affecting your credit score, right? Because those things, they actually move in reverse. So when your credit utilization ratio goes up, your FICO score goes down and vice versa. So lower credit scores make it harder to get approved for a business loan. So you want to take steps to pay down your existing debt before taking on more debt. And it's not always a great idea to get a loan when the loan terms don't suit your needs. Like if you can't find a loan with the terms you want, you're probably better off hitting the pause button. Spend some time improving your business and personal credit scores, then apply it again to see if you can get terms that are more favorable. And if you are trying to salvage poor financial management, it's not a good opportunity. It's not a good time, rather, to actually take out a business loan, because it's normal for cash flow to rise and fall in business. But if your business has continual cash flow problems, a business loan is not the solution. Because see, the thing is, you got to go back to your business, go back to the drawing board, and ask yourself, am I doing the right thing? Like the ancillary question is, should I be in this business in the first place? Because if you are continually making losses in a business, you can't really you can't say, well, this business is for me. So at some point you have to ask yourself, am I great for this business? Okay, because without an adequate cash flow, you are unlikely to be approved for a business loan. And even if you are approved, you'll probably have high interest rate and may have trouble repaying the loan, causing an even bigger cash crunch. So think about that. Let me give you a review here and say, you know what? Not everything is lost, because we're talking about business loans that pull Equifax for fast approval. And there are always options. There are alternatives to a business loan. So if they're pulling Equifax and you realize, hey, listen, my Equifax is great, but they have been denying your ass, you need to think about the fact that there's always a backup option. There's 1, 2, 3, several backup options. And so, for example, business credit cards. If you don't need a lot of money, a small business credit card could be the answer, really, when you really think about it. And getting a business credit card has other benefits. It can help you keep personal and business finances separate. May offer business-related rewards, for example, travel rewards, cashback rewards, miles rewards, right? It may have useful features to manage your money, such as tools to categorize spending. And this is quite essential when you start thinking about paying taxes at year end. And for a new business, using a business credit card responsibly helps to build a business credit history, which can make it easier, okay, to get business loans in the future. So just think about like this alternative when thinking about a business loan. You can also take personal loans. Now, we're not really in favor of that, but hey, listen, the possibility is there. Like we're not in favor of using the personal loan for business purposes. Using the personal loan for business purposes, in our view, it's not the right idea. But hey, listen, there are some situations where you might have to go that far. Personal loans are generally easier to get than business loans and are available in smaller amounts. You are likely, however, to pay more interest than you would for a business loan. Late or missed payments will hurt your personal credit scores, and commingling business and personal finances could cause problems for your business come tax time. And you can also think about peer-to-peer lending. So peer-to-peer lending websites such as Prosper and Lending Club, they serve as middlemen for those who want to borrow and lend money, right? So basically, you apply for a loan which is funded by money pulled from individual lenders. And if your credit score is too low to qualify for a peer-to-peer loan, consider a lending circle, such as there are a lot of lending circles in the nations, and it depends on your geography. Lending circles are small groups of individuals who pool their money and lend to each other of the group in turn. So this is kind of cool. Some are bigger though. It depends on your geography once again. And also think about individual lenders. So do you have friends or family members who can afford to lend you money? So you may be able to get better loan terms from them than from a bank. Just be sure that to treat the loan as seriously as a bank loan. You want to draw up a loan agreement. You need to make your payments on time, and you need to pay the loan in full. Okay, so that you can maintain a great relationship and not really damage anything at all. Okay. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about like how to get a business loan that pulls Equifax for fast approval and a large amount. So I gave you the overview, the steps you need to follow, the approach, and the review you need to pay attention to. Thank you. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.